This is Christine Brown, and while I have to listen to this podcast as my motherly duty, you have the choice not to. My sons sometimes say some naughty things when they're trying to be funny, but really, they're just being stupid. If you still want to listen, go right ahead. I am not your mother.
Welcome back to the Patriots Dynasty Podcast, where we are going back and rewatching every game of the Patriots Dynasty era, starting 2001. This week we are up to season 2004, week 12. The Patriots at home against the Baltimore Ravens in neck deep in mud. Nice and rainy and muddy and gross. So speaking of muddy and gross, with me today, I'm your host, Andy Brown. With me today are both my brothers, Steve Brown, who is feeling muddy in the butt area, I think.
My butt's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Not feeling my best, but I'm here. You know.
All right, fighting through it. I love it.
Podcast.
And Greg Brown as well, who is muddy in the upper lip area at the moment.
That's right.
That is also true. Yeah.
Quite a mustache.
Disgusting mustache. But Greg's like a blonde mud. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, let's be clear. This mud on my mustache is not the same as the mud from Steve's butt. I want that on the record.
Noted. Yeah. All right. But before we get into the game, I think we should address the elephant in the room. We actually got a review of the podcast from somebody we do not know. From Brian P, user. Titled "Enjoyable but needs to focus on Pats more or Patriots more." And so I quote, "This podcast is enjoyable but has a lot of random rambling, which I think has proven true already. It would be so much better if the host could focus on the game and Patriots. For example, I'm not very interested in what they are having for dinner or references from their past. If they can focus on the Pats, it would be so much better." So I, being the eldest brother and the one who likes to please people, will be focusing more on the game. Greg, the youngest brother, will be doing the exact opposite. So you can expect to hear more of the game from me and more of what Greg had for dinner, I think, going forward.
See, I, as the middle brother, agree with both sides. This guy's points. Some I disagree with. I, too, don't want to hear what Greg has for dinner.
Fair.
Why are you eating on the podcast, Greg?
Yeah, that's a dick move, Greg.
Because it's during dinner time. I had a nice big plate full of China food. Shout out Eddie Lacy. What about that? You know, mix in a little retro football reference.
Okay.
But yes, that's the other part I disagree with. Not talking about our past. The whole point of doing this podcast is to bullshit with you guys.
I agree. I think we have to talk about our past because our past is tied into these football games. So you'll probably hear more of that as well. But we will talk
also,
about
sometimes like football's boring, you know. I get bored. Like I want to talk about other things sometimes.
What's on your mind, Greg?
A lot, Greg?
I don't know. It's just like,
have you ever tried ADHD medication or?
Football's awesome, right? Everybody loves
Correct.
football. But sometimes football can be boring.
I agree.
Speaking of which, the second half of this game, if you're going to find it and watch it, watch the third quarter. Actually, I would just watch the third quarter of this game.
The Mud Bowl.
Yeah. This was a game that they actually had a shot, which I've sent you to in the chat, of a literal wooden ruler stuck in the mud, and I believe it is at up to 2 inches.
Yes.
Closing in on 2.5.
It's a stick in the mud.
Yeah, literally.
Yes,
Literally a stick in the mud.
Yeah, it's the photo representation of your role in this podcast.
So what you're telling me is if Steve tried to bang the field, his penis would just about be touching the
Fun fact, you can see that ruler on the primetime highlights.
Oh, really? They show.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, that's
So we'll link the primetime highlights.
And I'm glad I only watched the primetime highlights. Mostly because I've been sick, but also this looked like a super boring game.
Yeah, I did watch this whole thing. I finished it today. Yep. I had to get back in the saddle. It's been a while because of the new addition to my family. But It was nice to watch old school football again, and there's nothing more old school than the 7-3 Ravens visiting the 9-1 Patriots on Sunday night in the rain, in the mud. Went back when they still had like actual grass fields, which was nice. But if you take a look at some of the shots of this game, literally between the hashes, the entire field is just brown, like browner than our reunions.
Again, really glad I didn't watch it, considering I've been sick all week.
Yeah. And I don't know if this game in the first half or the second half, but one of the stats they put up, I believe it was the second half, when the Patriots started running away with it, because at halftime it was 3-3. So again, didn't miss anything in the first half. Unless you like defensive battles. Greg, are you a defensive battles kind of guy?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I like them.
All right, because I mean, this is the Ray Lewis.
Yeah, they're two good defenses though, so that
exactly
makes it kind of enticing.
Yeah, Ed Reed on this, like early Ed Reed. Literally, there's one play where he takes on Corey Dillon head to head in open field and wins that battle, which I don't think happens very often.
Not this year.
No. So
I remember Ed Reed at Miami. That was my first memory because he had a big play against Boston College where he like scooped and scored when Boston College was good.
Oh yeah.
The last time they were good.
Yeah, wasn't that
William Green year? Remember that guy was in the Heisman running?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yes, the running back.
He was a beast.
Wasn't Miami good that year though? Yeah, 2001. Weren't they good that year?
Yeah, they were ranked.
Yeah,
he was good when they had Matt Ryan too, but they haven't been good since, right?
No.
Yeah, the Hurricanes were the 2001 national championship game.
Yeah.
Team. And I think there was like a bunch of good players on that team as well.
Oh yeah.
Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne and Ed Reed were roommates during their time at Miami.
Didn't they say they're going to make, or they made a 30 for 30 about that team?
Was it that team? I know there was.
Yeah, someone with Vince Wilfork and
you. Right. I don't think Vince Wilfork overlapped. I think I looked that up, and they missed by like a year or so.
Really?
But yeah, I think that team was pretty stacked.
There is one Miami team that had like across 3 different years or something. They had like 27 first round picks or something that were all on like one roster.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Ed Reed set several records during his time at the University of Miami. Holds the record for career interceptions with 21 as a safety. Career interception return yards with 389 and interceptions returned for touchdowns with 5. He also blocked 4 punts during his 4-year career. He was also a member of the track and field team. And was a Big East champion in the javelin. Jesus, can you imagine Ed Reed chucking a javelin at you? That's some scary shit.
Oh, here we go.
Ed Reed. What?
They are. They're
Did you?
why 2001 University of Miami is the best team ever.
Okay. Is that the 30 for 30 or
I don't know if they actually made that or not. Or
reading an article?
They should. I can't.
No, I feel like there was one for some team of that era. Maybe wasn't it the Florida team with Tim Tebow and Aaron Hernandez on it?
No.
Thought they made a 30 for 30 about that team. I don't know. I haven't.
Okay, here we go. You want to hear these draft picks?
Yeah.
Let's go, stat check, boy.
Okay, this is all on one roster. We have Andre Johnson, 3rd overall. Sean Taylor, 5th overall. Kellen Winslow, 6th overall. Bryant McKinney, 7th overall. Intro Roll, 8th. Jonathan Vilma, 12th. Jeremy Shockey, 14th. Jerome McDougal, 15th. Philip Buchanan, 17th. DJ Williams, 18th. Vernon Carey, 19th. Vince Wilfork, 21st. Willis McGahee, 23rd. Ed Reed, 24th. William Joseph, 25th. Mike Rumpf, 27th. And Kelly Jennings, 31st. That's crazy.
Over how many years?
Players went to the NFL, 17 picked in the first round of the draft. Oh,
over how many years? Like, that's bananas.
Well, they're all on this one roster, right? So they got
wow.
They might not have
so
been
within 4
drafted
years.
obviously
Then.
Yeah, not in the same year, but yeah.
Good Lord.
To have, it's a quarter of the draft.
And also Clinton Portis and Frank Gore were on those teams. They just weren't high draft.
What the hell?
Dude, it's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Who picked Jonathan Vilma? The Jets?
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
love it. He was like the worst of that list when he started too, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't think he was great on the Jets, but I think it more
Classic
because it was the
Jets.
Jets than anything.
Yep. Good players go to get their careers ruined.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we know. So as good as this Baltimore Ravens defense was, I just want to read you the offensive leaders of this team. They ranked 6th in the league on defense and 20th on offense. And the fact they were 20th, I think is going to be a shock to you. Quarterback, Kyle Bowler, who I believe was a rookie this year, or maybe it was his second. It was his first year starting. Threw 13 touchdowns, 11 interceptions all season. Jamal Lewis was running back, who I believe was injured in this game, so didn't play much, if at all. Had just over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. And their top 2 wide receivers, top 2. Travis Taylor, ever heard of him?
Nope.
Nope, that's because he led the team with 421 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Oh.
And the other wide receiver, Clarence Moore, ever heard of him?
No.
Nope. You know why? Because he was second on the team, 293 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns.
Did
So
you just not throw the ball?
they didn't move the ball. They were just that bad
How
on
many
offense.
yards did Bowler throw for?
2,559.
Wow,
And those
that's
guys combined
bad.
for like 700 of it.
6. Yeah.
Everyone's
Almost
supposed
7.
to have like everyone's like got 150 yards on the team.
It was not. It's
Wait.
not a good list. Yeah.
Get out there. That's
The
tough.
31st in the NFL in yards.
Probably. Is
Yeah,
that what
they
you're
are.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
worse.
yeah. The points for they were 20th.
Points, they were okay. It was probably because their defense is scoring all the points.
Right. Yeah, and they're giving them short fields and stuff, and they're kicking field goals. But yeah, they did. Let's see. It was not a good team. Let's see. They scored 1, 2, 3 times under
Wow. Yeah.
double
They're
digits.
bad.
Yeah, not a not a good team.
And like their passing offense is horrific.
Horrendous.
Like
Yeah.
they were 9th in the NFL in rushing.
Yeah.
And they
Who's the
still
coach?
were 31st in the NFL in yards. This is probably like a historically bad passing offense.
They were 31st in passing yards and 30th in passing touchdowns.
Hell yeah, dude.
Who's got worse passing yards? Who else is like?
That's a great question. I don't know. Like, because that Kyle Bowler, usually when you hear numbers like that, you're like, oh, he split time. He missed some games.
Yeah,
No,
he got injured.
he started all 16 and went 9-7. Like, I think they just missed the playoffs.
Who was the coach?
This is Brian Billick, which because it was a blowout at the end, who were the commentators? This was, where are my notes? Jim Nance and Phil Simms.
Oh yeah, it was national TV.
Yeah. So at the end of it, they were talking about how Brian Billick's name is very close to Bill Belichick, and people always get the two confused. And Brian Billick ordered some really nice suits, and then they showed up, and he tried them on, and the sleeves were really short. And then he looked inside, and the name inside was Bill Belichick. So they sent him Bill Belichick suits instead of Brian Billick.
It's kind of funny.
That is
So-
funny.
Yeah. So that's the
They don't.
that's what we ended up with.
That shit don't happen anymore.
No, I don't think it does. But yeah, this was this was a very stereotypical game for the Baltimore Ravens, where I guess they just like are good at keeping it close because of their defense and hope to like score a random touchdown here and there and win by a couple of points. But
And then Kyle Bowler gets sacked on one play, and the next play gets sacked, fumble,
Yeah.
turnover for a touchdown. The next play.
so
His defense is-
I mean, you want to hear their 2-minute offense? It was where is it? Oh yeah, so the Patriots punted and down at the Baltimore 2. So first of all, there's like 7 minutes left. They're down 24-3, which is what the game would end up being. And so they ran it twice to get to third down. Managed to get a first down, but then on second down, the ball got snapped over Bowler's head into the end zone. So he picked it up and threw an incompletion. And then on third down, another bad snap, which he made, like the center just threw it basically straight up behind him. So so Kyle Bowler had to catch the fair ball and was immediately sacked. And that was third down. So that was their 7-minute offense.
The old
Yeah.
punt snap.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. He literally snapped it like straight up instead of at Kyle Baller. So he had to go corral the fly ball.
I
He
kind of
was
like
immediately
it.
sacked by whoever was coming off the edge. I think it was Vrabel.
Maybe we could
Did Deion Sanders is on this team?
Deion Sanders is on this team.
He's on this team.
There was no mention of him whatsoever.
I think, I don't know if he played. Said he only played in 9 games.
I don't think this was one of them.
Nope.
Is he really on this team?
Neon Dion.
I don't remember him being on the Ravens.
Yeah, right at the end.
Where? Oh, Deion Sanders, look at that.
One more year after this.
He had 5 punt returns for 41 yards. And 3 interceptions on this team. He was second. He was tied for second on this team with 3 interceptions. Did not hear his name once in this game.
I don't think he played.
Fascinating. He must have been hurt or something. But this was so that was the offense. And then on the defense on this team though, Ed Reed led the team with 9 interceptions, 17 passes defended, and a touchdown, pick 6. Terrell Suggs led the team with 10.5 sacks. Ray Lewis 101 solo tackles. And then Adelius Thomas. Those are your 3 linebackers with 4 forced fumbles and 8 sacks. So
That's pretty good.
Adelius Thomas is, what could have been.
Ed Reed is Defensive Player of the Year this year, right?
I believe that was this year, yeah. And Ray Lewis won it just before this. Was it 2000? Wasn't that him when they went to Super Bowl and he killed a man?
He did not kill him, man. I looked this up in preparation for the podcast.
Okay, talk to me, Greg.
He was there when somebody got killed.
Right. And then?
And then he ratted him out.
Oh, I thought he didn't. I thought they all jumped in his limo and took off and dumped everything in a dumpster somewhere.
Yeah, that happened. And then they were like, they charged him with murder because they were like, well, we don't know who fucking did this. And you were in the limo. And then he was like, oh. And
wasn't his blood in the limo too? The dead guy's blood?
Yeah. So then as part of the plea deal to get it pled down to just like whatever obstruction of justice. Yeah, he pled or he ratted out his 2 buddies. But then they didn't even get convicted.
What?
Yeah, they got self-defense.
Oh shit.
Nah.
So no one Ray Lewis is the only one that spent any time in jail for this.
How long did he spend in jail? Like a week? Couple of nights?
I don't know. Yeah.
What?
A little between when it happened and then when he got the plea deal. So
Jesus. Because it was the night before the Super Bowl or something, right?
Well, I think it was the night of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not the one he was in. It was in the Rams Titans Super Bowl.
Oh.
What did they kill him over?
A fight in a bar, apparently.
Altercation at a club or something, yeah.
Yeah, some guy like smashed a bottle over one of their heads. So his 2 buddies just fucking stabbed him to death.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. And unfortunately, Ray Lewis was wearing a fucking cream white suit and a Stetson hat. That's the most like innocuous shit to be trying to get away with murder.
It's so Ray Lewis too, right?
Or to like not get blood on you.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that shit'll stand out real quick. Although you'll know immediately if you have blood on you.
I'm telling you, dude, I could get away with murder. You just don't be an idiot. Like Aaron Hernandez, his own fucking security system caught him.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. Don't get a ring blood on, right, Greg?
System.
Yeah, just if you're gonna kill someone, just cover your tracks. It's that easy.
Oh boy. Speaking of easy, the reason it was so easy to build such a good defense for these Baltimore Ravens. Listen to the coaching staff that was on the defensive side of the ball. You had the defensive coordinator. Well, obviously, you had Brian Billick, who was pretty good, just not against the Patriots. They won this game. Can you name the other game that the Patriots beat the Ravens with Brian Billick as the head coach? It's a bowling.
Is this a trick question?
Nope.
It's got to be the next time they play, right?
1999.
We've seen the Ravens.
It's the next one. The next time they play in 3 years.
Sick.
I don't know.
I mean, 2004 plus 3. It's that nail biter in 2007 to keep the undefeated game alive.
Oh yeah.
That one. So that's the only two
The
times they've played.
offsides or the fourth down where he called timeout and all that crap.
Where who called
Rex
timeout?
Ryan, right?
Yeah, exactly. So Rex Ryan is the defensive line coach on this team.
Oh, Rex Ryan's on this team?
He is, yeah. The defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan, the 49ers head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive line assistant to Rex Ryan is Mike Pettine.
Mike Pettin,
however you pronounce it. Yeah. Who was the head coach of the Browns for 2 years, went 10-22.
Yeah.
And then linebackers coach Mike Singletary, the famous Bears linebacker who was also a 49er.
Can't win with him. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Who was 18-22 as the head coach of 49ers over 3 years.
Can't win with them. Won't do it.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Is that
Mike
his press
Singletary
conference?
was not such a good coach.
I think he was calling out Vernon Davis, if I remember correctly.
That feels right.
That's hilarious.
Andy, can we get some audio of that?
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Let's get a little stat check. Steve, let's discuss while he does this.
Oh God, we have to carry it.
You remember Mike Singletary, though, right? From the Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he coached with the Niners. I remember that. I just don't remember.
Mhm. And then I think the coach left mid-year or something. So he was like the interim coach. And he was trying to do like the culture change thing where he's like, I'm just going to be a fucking huge hard ass.
Yeah.
And all the players are like, this sucks. We're
losing
3-8.
Yeah, they were not good.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what I can do. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, God damn it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I'm excited for this.
Why is there no sound?
Your volumes.
Volume's up.
Just gave you $300 for some weed.
That's not it.
And just get penalized all the way.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's try
This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school. I believe this. I would rather play with 10 people and just get penalized all the way until we got to do something else, rather than play with 11 when I know that right now that person is not sold out to be a part of this team. It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
I've seen this motherfucker before.
That's great.
Yeah, so
What a
awesome.
great speech.
Just the cadence and everything is just prime time.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. It's electric.
That's up there with
As he's saying that, he's like, I'm nailing this.
oh yeah. You can see it on his face. He's just like,
He's
yeah.
like,
He's been practicing this in the shower for like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Can't coach with him.
can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't coach with him.
Won't
Can't play with him.
Can't win with him. Vernon Davis too.
So that's who's running this defense. And you have Ray Lewis, and you have Ed Reed, and you have Adelius Thomas.
Oh yeah.
So absolute.
And Deion
stack.
Sanders. Don't forget Deion.
Deion Sanders.
Neon Deion.
That is correct. And so the Patriots put up 24 points on this offense, on this defense, which is pretty impressive.
On a soggy surface too.
Well, 7
this-
of those were the strip sack. From
True.
the D.
But this was all Corey Dillon. 30 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, it's one of those. Once he gets you worn down in the end, I feel
Yep.
like he was probably punishing him.
It was demoralizing.
I
It's
saw that
exactly what
6
it was.
stiff arm on prime time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing was vicious.
Yeah. That'll be on the website. It was a solid, but I mean, this is just one of those like stupid sloppy games that you have like that you used to pray for whenever the Patriots play the Colts,
Yeah.
where everything would just be a sloppy mess. And then you kind of had to waste it on the Baltimore offense instead. But
This is just
Yeah,
not an enjoyable game to watch, though.
not particularly.
3
No.
yards, Dylan 4 yards, Dylan 4 yards, Dylan 13 yards, Patrick passed 7 yards, no gain, incomplete,
Yeah.
1 yard, delay of game, punter punts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's all just a whole lot of punts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's in the first half. There was
Well, give us the watchability score of it.
out of 6 Lombardis, I give this 1.5.
The mud novelty probably wears off pretty fast.
Yeah. Literally just watch the highlights of this one. They're easy enough to find on YouTube, and it's nothing great. Although the Patriots do set a record for being the 19th straight game in a row scoring first.
Cool.
Pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
Does that record still stand?
It's like a record.
I believe it does. Just because, how can it's almost like a matter of luck,
It's a coach's wet dream.
Scoring first. Oh, yeah.
Got to score first, really set the tone. It's like, no shit, dude. What do you think we're trying to do here? Fucking give up points first?
I would love it if you scored first 19 games in a row, and the 20th game's like Belichick's. We got to score first. It really sets the tone.
Of course, yeah.
Fucking shit, Bill.
And my guess is they score first in a few of their next games because on the rest of the season, they only have one game left versus a team with a winning record. That is the Jets, who are at 8-3 and second in the AFC East, behind the 10-1 Patriots after this. So there are also two other 10-1 teams this week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are one of them, and the Philadelphia Eagles are the other. Both the Eagles and the Patriots have sole loss to those Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe they ended both undefeated streaks back-to-back weeks. So this Steelers team is a goddamn wagon right now.
Yes, they are riding high because this is Ben's rookie year too, right? He's on some crazy streak. Yeah.
He's never lost because that first game was, I think, Tommy Maddox or something ended up with the loss, and he got hurt. And so Roethlisberger's come in. He hasn't lost a football game. He's playing, like Big Ben of old.
Man, that L's going to hurt them pretty hard then.
Yeah, no. But the thing I found interesting was week 11, and the Philadelphia Eagles at 10-1 have already clinched the division, which is fucking early. 11 weeks in, because the Giants, Cowboys, and Redskins would all finish 6-10 this season. And the Eagles will
But did you see the game of the week this week?
What was the game of the week this week?
It was the 4-6 Bengals versus the 2-8 Browns.
It sure was. And I remember this
58-48 Bengals.
This is the second highest scoring game to not go into overtime.
Fucking crazy.
Fucking banana. I remember this because that was who was that Bengals quarterback at the time? Oh no, not Bengals, the Browns quarterback, the old guy.
Kelly Holcomb.
The old rookie. Remember him? Like a 38-year-old rookie?
Yeah, this is Kelly Holcomb, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. All right.
Because I have a soft spot for Kelly Holcomb.
Don't you have a Kelly Holcomb jersey?
His jersey and all, yeah.
Why do you have his jersey? Was that a bet you lost?
I have no idea, to be honest. No idea.
Speaking of jersey bets, I believe you owe me a jersey.
That's true.
For your pessimism on the 2021 New England
let's circle back on that.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in that one. We'll circle back later.
Okay, we'll put something on the calendar for that, shall we?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Let's take this one offline, Andy.
Block some time.
So yeah, the number one highest scoring football game to not go into overtime at this point was the 1966 Redskins Giants game, apparently.
Oh wow.
But what was the Chiefs Rams game of a couple of years ago? What did that end up being?
Bajillion to a bajillion.
Yeah, bajillion. That game
because wasn't both games in the fifth? Wasn't both scores in the 50s? Like 58-54 or something? Or 54, 51 right. Bananas. So over 100 points, which is
I just scoring 48 points and losing by 10.
Right? Yeah, by 2 scores.
It's crazy.
That's bananas.
TJ
Hushmazoo. TJ, who's your mama? Have you ever seen that video?
What's that from?
It's Marshawn Lynch mic'd up when he was on the Bills. And they announced TJ Hushmazada, and he turns to a teammate and he goes, TJ Hushmazoo.
Never seen that.
Oh, dude, you got that. His mic'd up moments from when he's on the Bills are just like charisma at its finest. He's so funny. Yeah.
What am I Googling?
Say it again.
What am I Googling?
Beast mode, mic'd up Bills.
Got it.
Let's see if we can find this. Marshawn Lynch mic'd up. Here we go.
TJ, who's your mama?
All right, let me share this. What is this? Marshawn Lynch.
I'm in beast mode. You seen they had that sign up there? Yeah. I'm going to beast now.
It is Marshawn Lynch shaking a tackle with a 45.
Dude can run.
He was so good back then.
Touchdown!
I got a little bit of speed on them, though.
They can't tackle.
I see that.
They can't tackle. Even when they're free, they can't tackle.
I see that. Oh, he's pancaking people.
Hey, I got me some pancakes today. Hell yeah.
He's such a goofy dude.
He's the best.
Thing burning up your butt cheeks.
Drops to throw. 5-step drop
There it
throws
is.
towards the end zone. It is caught by Hushmanzada for the touchdown.
TJ Hushmazoo. TJ, who's your mama? Number 90? Yeah, hey, he told me like, he say, I'm gonna come and steal them teeth from you after the game.
What a joyous person.
He must have been so much fun to play with.
Hell, you back over here. Hey, I like you. I like you a lot. You got phone down here, don't you? Hell yeah.
Oh, he's throwing passes?
Marshawn Lynch's first NFL career touchdown pass.
Threw a touchdown and rushed for a touchdown. Oh, mamas, I'm trying to get like LT. I'm only 21, but I live my life like I'm grown. TJ Hushmazoo.
He's not even talking to anybody. He just stayed on the side of
He
his
just
helmet.
stood there
All
by
right, guys,
himself.
2,600-pound double-sided
Whoa, hey.
magnet. Let's go ahead and see what we can find here.
Ooh, double-sided magnet, Andy.
Right?
Magnet fishing.
Oh, boy. He is such a joyous individual.
He's just so charismatic.
He is. Just
He's like
and not even on
everything he
purpose.
says. Yeah.
Just naturally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like you, Greg.
That's right.
No comment. All right. Should we do best and worst for this thing? You got anything else you want to bring up about the 2004 Baltimore Ravens or Patriots?
No.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Let's see. Any good stats in this? 2 is a good number for inches of mud. Also, let's see. Combined stats: possessions 11, punts 9, first downs 11. Great. The New England Patriots 41 points in the final 2 minutes of the first half on the season. Most in the NFL, of course. So this is just like typical Patriots 2004.
Wasn't that back then?
How would you rank the 2004 teams in like Patriots dynasty team rankings if you could rank each season? Because I've heard some people say that the 2004 team is the best team or the best defense ever. Or the Patriots have had.
Too. They're the best. Someone else has said that they were the final form of the offense. You know,
That's what I've heard. Because this is kind of where Tom Brady turns into like a full-fledged quarterback and isn't just like
an
a
elite running back too, and
Yeah.
an elite defense.
exactly. You got Corey Dillon as well. You've got
Because he didn't have
rookie Deion Branch and David Givens, Troy Brown.
make a case that they're not. Neither of those guys was like elite, right? We've had better receivers over the dynasty, but
True.
never had a better running back. This is probably the best iteration of the defense of all time. Tom Brady's Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tom Brady's officially Tom Brady at this point. Adam Vinatieri making clutch kicks.
Because that was always a problem with the 2007 offense. You know, they couldn't get the and ones.
True. Well, they had no defense too. But yeah, they didn't have much of a running game. To be fair, they didn't need it for most of it. But Greg, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. Ty Law's not as good this year, so my instinct is to say that no, this is not the best defense that they've had.
Fair. What would you rank better, the 2001 defense?
Or last year's 2003.
Interesting. Yeah.
Shutting down Peyton Manning like that in the playoffs, that was pretty big.
Fair. That's true. Yeah, I would say 2003 defense stacks up because I mean, also the 2003 defense doesn't have Troy Brown playing cornerback.
So yeah, the secondary was definitely better.
Yeah, this secondary is beat up. They're talking about Earthwind Moreland in this game.
That being said, this is the only Super Bowl where it wasn't super close right at the end.
True.
This is the only kind of game in sort of hand they've ever played in the Super Bowl.
That they didn't like win, right at the end.
Minute stuff. This is the team to win it most comfortably.
That's true. Although wasn't the second Rams Super Bowl their biggest margin of victory? It was 10 points.
Yeah.
2 scores. But yes.
But that team was nowhere near as good as this team.
I think defensively they were on par.
Yeah.
Just because what they did to the Rams, so I think if you look at that season, the Rams and the Chiefs were both top 10 all-time offensives. And they shut them both down enough. Like they held the Chiefs scoreless through a half and basically through 3 quarters.
Yeah, that defense is legit.
Yeah. So I think there's some similarities between those two. But offensively, I think this team's, like you said, better. Much more well-rounded with Corey Dillon. So
it's the best running back we've ever had.
Yeah. No disrespect to Kevin Falk or Sweet Feet.
Yeah, no, but like a true running back,
Yeah, that's true.
Harris and Mondre into.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll turn into that, right?
That's the hope.
Although, will the Patriots still keep them on the roster at that point?
No, they'll just keep them splitting time.
But I'm saying, like, will they re-sign them after their rookie contract?
Probably not.
I think they've proven that they just don't do that anymore. It's not their thing. Let's see what else we got. So speaking of that running game, the Patriots running comparisons from 2003 to 2004. 2003 they averaged just over 100 yards a game, and in this season they're averaging 120, almost 122. They have 7 rushing touchdowns this season. They had 2 rushing touchdowns last season. In 2003, 2. Not great. And then in 2003, their rushing offense was 27th in the league this year. They're only 12th, surprisingly. Even though Corey Dillon, the only game he hasn't rushed for 100 yards was the one he didn't play in when he was hurt against the Steelers. And that's the only game they've lost, funnily enough.
There you go.
But of all there was some big moves running back wise in free agency this offseason. So Eddie George went to the Cowboys. Thomas Jones went to the Bears. Deuce Staley on the Steelers. Clinton Portis went to the Redskins, who are now the Commanders. Thoughts on the name Commanders?
Stupid.
Awful name.
Should have done Greg's idea. As much as that pains me to say.
Well,
The
what was Greg's
Hogs.
idea? The Hogs.
The Hogs, yeah.
The Red Hogs.
Commanders is dumb, but we knew it was going to be dumb, didn't we?
Yeah, 100%. So out of all those guys changed teams. And the player with the most rushing yards by a player acquired last offseason, Corey Dillon, who was already over 1,000 yards in this game. Goes over 1,000 yards in week 11, in game 11. week 12. So not too bad. He's out rushing Clinton Portis, who has 945 yards on the season. Who's number 2?
Got traded for a first round pick. We got Corey Dillon for a third.
Yep.
4th, something like that.
Eddie George for the Cowboys, 416 yards on the season.
Oof.
Good trade. But Deuce Staley, 700 yards on that Steelers offense, which is impressive.
See him later.
Sure will. Now, Kyle Bowler has not played well. He's been sacked at least once every game, which seems about right. And then, of course, Phil Simms was talking about how great he's playing in this game. Kyle Bowler is playing so much better, literally as he throws an interception. His first interception in 124 pass attempts. So close. And actually, we also found out because both these quarterbacks were wearing gloves in this game because of how putrid the weather was. It turns out Phil Simms was the one who started that, wearing gloves on his throwing hand. And he was mocked mercifully, apparently, back in whenever he played, the 70s, 80s, whatever that was.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he's called a little bitch boy.
Oh, I'm sure he was. I mean, it fits. But yeah, so he claimed to fame is he was the first quarterback to be wearing gloves on his throwing hand.
He normalized it. He came out of I don't know where you keep your gloves, the drawer.
Yeah. Your glove compartment.
Glove compartment.
He came out of the compartment and really,
go.
made the NFL accept it. And now look how much better we are.
Yeah.
Tom Brady can use him without fear of ridicule.
Bowler was a first round draft pick.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Where did he play college?
Right.
Cal.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's pretty like relatively highly hyped. Like all first round quarterback draft picks, right?
But he was never any good.
No, he never panned out into anything, which is, pretty par for the course for the Ravens. I mean, Lamar Jackson is probably the best quarterback they've ever had.
Whoa.
Who's been better than him?
He's going to say Flacco.
Flacco.
He had one good postseason and got paid a shit ton and dragged that team back to mediocrity immediately. Is he better than Lamar
He's got more
Jackson?
Super Bowls. He's reached the pinnacle.
Is Eli Manning better than
I agree, Greg.
Aaron Rodgers?
With him.
Yes.
Eli
I would
Manning's
like to be
better
on
than
record. I would like to be on record saying that.
You're saying Eli Manning is better than
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Yes, please put that in the log.
Steven, can you record
March
that? please?
3rd, 2022, 7:50 p.m.
Greg Brown on the record saying Eli Manning is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. You care to expand? Or you
Yeah,
just gonna let that
Rodgers
sit?
is a beta cuck soy boy.
As opposed to the alpha male that Eli Manning is.
Alpha male Chad.
You're supposed to
Well,
go
you've
on
sold me.
similarities.
Oh, jeez. Greg.
How did our Super Bowl predictions go? We haven't talked about the Super Bowl since it happened, right?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think we got it all wrong.
Things have been a bit of a blur.
Said the Bengals.
Did we?
Yeah, thoughts on the champion Rams?
Oh no, I think my heart was with the Bengals, but my gut was with the Rams.
Yeah, you might be right.
I think I said Rams too, Greg, and you said Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels right. Actually. We were all wrong.
Okay.
We're all wrong for listening to Greg in the first place. So I guess you just don't need an offensive line to get the Super Bowl. Is that what we're learning?
Mm-hmm.
I still think Aaron Donald sucks.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Even though he ended that Super Bowl.
He almost won MVP, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
If he had won MVP, I would have been so pissed off.
I think he would have won it.
Gone elsewhere, yeah.
Except that the voting happens before. Isn't it like the voting happens in the third quarter or something?
Does it?
Yeah. So,
but just like the fellatio after that game of him is just unbearable. I can't tell you how many different people I heard say, maybe not the best. He's the best player of all time. Like, what are you talking about?
He's not even the best defensive player of all time.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. These people haven't seen Lawrence Taylor play.
Yeah.
I love that you're getting so worked up about it, Greg. This is the
I love
best.
this.
I
Just
thought that as soon
double
as
team the fucking guy.
end of the game, I'll be like, oh man, Greg's not gonna like this.
You don't even need to. Look
Remember when
what
the
Dave
Patriots
Andrews did
played
to
in
him.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
David Andrews.
Like, not that he ended the game, but the associated dick sucking that was going to come with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All riled up.
Oh yeah. Because everyone has like the same take too. It's all like regurgitated takes which is like he might be the best player in the NFL. Period. Like that's such a take that like I don't know who started it, but now everyone just says it. Like you watch ESPN, his name comes up, and they just say that as like it's just the thing,
right?
You know?
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
like an
that.
assumed fact now.
Yeah,
But that's sports media. That's what they do.
and no
They
one
just
actually
grab
goes
onto one of
into
those
like,
things.
is there any nuance to this or like why anything is anything? They're just like, yeah, just state this as a fact.
But that's not what sports talk sports TV, sports media is anymore. It's just throw out some sort of opinion and then have two people yell at each other about how the other one's completely wrong and how they're an asshole for believing what they believe. You know, that's literally all. That's literally like every one of these shows now. So I don't watch anymore.
Yeah.
That's what sports talk radio is. Except sports talk radio is that. Except it's the radio broadcasters putting out their thing and then people calling in to tell them they're wrong and then them shitting on those people instead.
Yo, I heard a rumor that Tony Maz is going to be calling Red Sox games this year.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? There's no games.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What games?
Well, it's one of the few times I'm rooting for the strike to happen.
Jackie Bradley sucks. He sucks. Imagine like Jackie Bradley's coming with the bat and he's just getting fucking trashed by Tony Maz.
Right. But the play-by-play guys travel on the same team plane.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. Wouldn't mind seeing Tony Maz with a black eye walking off one of those planes.
Yeah. I'm just going to venture a guess that he's not the most physically imposing human, Tony Maz.
No.
Yeah.
You haven't ever seen him?
Yeah.
No.
Oh boy. Yeah. He looks like a bald Steve Brown at the age of like 60.
Whoa.
Ugly,
Ricochet
ugly
shot,
bald.
Steve.
Ugly.
Christ.
Dude, I am.
No, Steve. No, it looks. Is that? There you go, Tony Maz.
If I was bald, I would be ugly. Look at this.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying.
I'll leave that one alone.
That's a tough look,
Forehead I have, dude. It's just a lot of real estate there.
dude. You could start a drive-in theater.
Exactly. It's fucking too much.
Beautiful. Oh God. All right. Any other comments, Greg? Anybody else you want to shit on before we call this?
Anyone you want to compare to Hitler?
You haven't done that yet.
That game still is the second highest scoring game in NFL history.
Holy shit!
The
Really?
Rams Chiefs one was 1 point less.
Wow.
No way.
54-51.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
It was 54-51. Okay.
I was trying to find like what the highest scoring Patriots game is, and they're not really showing up on any of these lists.
If I had to guess, I would say it's the route of the
Titans.
Yeah,
But
because you
they
need
did
the
that
other
by
team to
themselves.
score. Yeah, you need the other team to score.
That's true. Let's see.
There's a couple like 59-31s in there.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be 2007.
Patriots. Yeah, I mean the Patriots
They blow
rack up
someone
a
else.
bunch of them.
And, team scores a couple.
So let's see. I'll say the highest scoring Pats game. So obviously 59-0 against Titans. 59-24 against the Colts in 2012. 56-10. 59-24 so far is the biggest one. 55-31 against the Steelers. Let's see. Oh, where's the 35-35 against the Cowboys? What? That doesn't seem right.
There's a tie.
Yeah, there is no there.
Can't tie in the NFL.
Nope.
I don't think your Patriots ever tied either.
Say 59-24 against the Colts in 2012. Looks like that might be the highest scoring Pats game. Because what's that?
You should go to
That's 83 points. That's pretty good.
PatsDynasty.com and see what's on there.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Info.org.
Resource site out there.
That's
Only
right.
there's some sort of site that chronicled all of the Patriots'
Huh.
achievements over the last 20 years. And then had a bunch of idiots go through and watch each game and record hours of content for each game.
Oh, 2013 week 9 against the Steelers, 55-31.
That's a good one.
That is 86 combined total points.
86.
That's pretty good. I think that's as high as I can get you.
Just can't keep up with our defense.
Well, that's the thing is the Patriots have a good defense when they blow teams out. So, yeah. How about that? Damn. High score.
What'd you guys think of the halftime show at the Super Bowl?
It was good. I liked it.
I liked it. It was good.
It only got 33 complaints, right? It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good. Which is crazy when you think of it, of like what who those artists are historically.
Yes.
The fact that they are like the least problematic of artists is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's bananas.
They literally went from the most to the least.
Yeah.
I like that the only scandal was the fact that somebody caught Snoop Dogg smoking a J beforehand.
Yeah.
I got all riled up about that. Like, do you not
that's
know
the
who
thing.
he is?
They kind of avoided who they are, though. You know,
You think?
like Snoop Dogg wasn't smoking weed on stage. The Eminem and Dre song, where Eminem's verse is all about killing his wife and where he would stash the body.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they didn't go with that one.
Car and driving by. Yeah.
Yeah, instead he plays the fucking One from 8 Mile, right? Which isn't
Yeah.
even a Dre song. It was just, I was kind of disappointed.
And it
that-
wasn't Forgot About Dre either, which was still.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like that. The point of those guys has always been like the fuck you to everything,
Yeah.
and everybody. And it just doesn't feel right watching them like dance through the hoops to be like,
Yeah.
good corporate guys that
They were old. I mean,
I don't
it
know.
gets softer as you
You
get
know what
older.
I had in
Greg.
my head though was like I thought pretty deeply about this of like what they would do if they really wanted to like pull one
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hit them up by Tupac, where it's
Yeah.
just like the lights dim and everybody's quiet and it's like completely silent in the stadium. And he goes, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." And
And then there's
that
like
song
open
comes-
with gunfire
Oh,
too.
dude, that would have got me so hyped. Fuck your bitch in the click you claim. Dude, so awesome.
Is that the one that starts with gunfire too?
Yep.
Yeah,
They all
that'll
do
be great to just play.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that do.
Dark stadium.
Yeah.
I'll get him screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Next year.
Next year.
Yeah, we'll have the holographic.
But if
Tupac.
but if like how far we've gone in like progressive terms of to like, what we're allowed to say. No one cares to think about like what Dr. Dre and Eminem used to say in their first album. Someone was like,
yeah.
he used to talk about hating gay people and like
There was a lot of shit.
it's rife with the most inappropriate, raunchy shit you could ever imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why it's awesome.
On
But-
purpose, too. Like, yeah, that's why it got popular.
Yeah,
is because
but this
of
like
how
selective
offensive it
outrage
was.
is very perplexing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I know.
you get soft as you get older, Greg. Trust
Yeah,
me.
once Ice Cube did Are We There Yet? I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin.
I'll let you off. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah. Once he was voicing the fucking animal in Shrek 4.
We did Are We
What's his
There Yet?
co-starring with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, exactly.
There was an Are You We There Yet too? Maybe even 3.
No, there wasn't.
There's definitely 2. Yeah.
Why
there's
was there
3.
one?
There's 3.
All right.
Ice Cube's got to be in this. Oh, he's not.
All right. So I got a football question for you.
It's Terry Crews instead of Ice Cube.
Who?
Oh,
Terry
Crews,
Oh
the
my
Office
God.
linebacker.
That guy's
Dude,
awesome.
We should probably watch that.
Did you see the commercial
I'll watch
where Gerard Mayo is the new
Yeah.
Terry Crews, and he is he's
Office
tackling
linebacker?
people. Yeah, tackling people about mayonnaise. It was like a
Ooh.
Hellman's Mayo thing. And
I
they're
like
I
that.
don't really like mayo, and then all of a sudden comes in and just like tackles them and like force feeds them mayonnaise.
That's awesome.
Which
Oh, I
Again.
misspoke.
That's good. That's good.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty good.
They got a guy whose name is Mayo.
Yeah.
Because they work backwards from that, where they're like, all right, we got Gerard Mayo.
Well, no, they're like we're
do we do?
Hellman's. We're Hellman's. There's a guy
Yeah.
named Mayo. What can we do with him?
Yeah.
Oh, he was a
And they were like,
linebacker. Wasn't there a
linebacker?
linebacker commercial?
yes, exactly.
Let's bring that
That's all-
back.
Yeah, it all tracks there.
Damn, it took him so long.
Yeah.
The Are We There Yet is not a third movie. It's a sitcom
Oh,
with 3 seasons.
That's
Oh.
worse. That's worse.
ouch, dude.
That's worse.
What's worse, that or Little Sheldon or whatever the hell? Young
Oh,
Sheldon.
Little Sheldon. I'll watch this over Little Sheldon all day.
Sometimes I'll watch like 5 minutes of that as just like what's it,
Is that hate
self-masochism,
watch?
where I
Yeah.
just like, because I hate myself.
I'm feeling a little too joyous right now. So let's I've watched too many beast mode compilations. So let's balance this
That's
out.
the opposite of a beast mode.
Let's balance this out with
Oh
some
my
awful
God.
television.
Yeah.
74 episodes.
All right, so you want to do a homework assignment here for the next podcast. We each need to come up with a NFL player related commercial branding deal, co-op deal. Okay.
No.
So we'll come up with like the premise for a commercial.
I feel like I already did this on our first episode because I was going to do that we were not sponsored by. And mine was something to do with Warren Sapp's female vibrators.
Yes. And then I remember saying, I don't get it. And then you went in this long explanation, which I've since forgotten.
That's what he would gift his female coworkers when he was an anchor at Fox Sports.
Yes.
I believe it may have even been his own brand. I don't know. Or a brand that he enjoyed.
Pre-used. Yeah.
Perhaps, yeah. So that's what he would just give his platonic female coworkers.
Just off the top of my head here, like a Cam Newton insurance one where he, in the Super Bowl, he doesn't dive on the fumble. They ask him after the game. He's like, I got a long career ahead of me. Yeah.
Oh,
safety is the right decision. State Farm.
Want to get away?
Yeah.
With Leon Lett, where he's returning the fumble. Yeah, exactly. And Don Beebe runs him down.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a Southwest commercial. Want to get away?
All right. Homework assignment. Come up with your best.
Dude, we just did it.
I know, but if we really think it through, we'll have some funny ones.
All right, fine. I don't think we will, but
I'm not going to
appreciate
you guys.
I appreciate your confidence in us. Okay, that'll be your homework because you're not going to watch the game next week anyway. So that'll be your homework. You come up with your top 10, and we'll watch the game. Oh boy. All right, let's do best and worst. You don't have neither of you have best or worst.
Yeah, I got nothing to watch the game. All
right, I'll give you some best and worst. The best is the defensive package that the Patriots are rolling out in the red zone, where you have Richard Seymour playing fullback and Mike Vrabel playing tight end, and that scored 2 touchdowns in this game.
Oh yeah, and it is Corey Dillon truck stick on Ray Lewis there.
Yeah, to get in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Exactly.
After Seymour buckled him too.
Yep. So that Seymour in this game.
I have a best. That's my best.
That's a great one.
Thank you,
Lewis. Yeah. So in this game though, Richard Seymour was in on all short yardage things as like the starting fullback. Could not find anybody to block because the holes were so wide open. So he's just running through them, and Corey Dillon's running around behind them.
Dick Seymour.
Yeah, could not find
a hard time handling holes that are too open.
Just wide open holes that you're running Dick Seymour through.
Mom told me this weekend that she can't call people Dick. I was like, what? Like she's like, people like Richard, I can't call him Dick. And I was like, why not? She goes, oh well, in England that's like a slang for penis. And I was like, there's a slang for penis everywhere. What are you talking about?
Very naughty.
Oh God.
I said we're just not all like 5-year-olds that can't, say a word without fucking giggling to ourselves.
Sometimes a naughty boy.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. You can't take those people anywhere. Oh fuck. Oh, all right. So that's good. Another quality note for this 2004 Patriots team in general is they have more college graduates than any other team, which apparently makes them smarter. And the entire team loves learning the new game plan every week because it's different every week. And Phil Simms went into a long rant where he would always be excited to get the game plan. And it was all, and if it was the same as last week, he'd get all pissed off. He's like, oh, we're running the same plays as we did last week. That's not going to work. So this team, full of smart guys.
Wicked smart.
Yeah. Did you know Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, nice fun stat for what's his face if he still listens, the Adam Vinatieri apologist.
Push Mizzou.
Corey, what's his face? Oh,
PJ
Connor,
or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, if he's not too busy mangling steaks on his Facebook page.
Trigger.
Adam Vinatieri, 4 of New England's 6 playoffs games won by Adam Vinatieri kicks. It's pretty impressive.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. It's a pretty good average. So don't tell him. Also, Richard Seymour in fullback position, actually pass blocking, which is impressive. Although I feel like it's kind of defeating the purpose because isn't he like almost 7 feet tall? So you're not going to throw the football over him.
I got some bets here.
Okay, give me some bests.
We got a lot of funny names on this team, this Ravens team.
Give me some funny names.
Darnell Dinkins.
Yep.
TJ Slaughter.
This is my favorite name. He's a linebacker too. What a
Uh-huh.
name.
That's a solid linebacker.
BJ Sam's Club, which is like a combination of BJ's and Sam's Club. And then my personal favorite, Kelly Gregg. It's me and my wife.
Yeah, that's very similar to Steve Gregory.
2 G's though, which
Oh, never trust a Greg with 2 G's.
Never.
Can't do
oh, you got to see this guy too.
it. Oh boy.
Boy, got a neck on him. He's also like, go to his
Just like your wife?
Football Reference picture.
Oh god.
It looks like he's like biting his lip too.
What?
What position? Oh, dude, his neck is as wide as his head.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit.
Kelly Gregg. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh boy. Is he on the toilet while this picture's being taken?
Yeah.
He looks like my 6-week-old who's when he's filling his diaper. He's got that look to him. Yeesh, bud. You should send it to your
him.
wife. Greg, you should send it to your wife.
Yeah.
See what she has to
He's
say.
gonna-
My wife. My wife.
I'm sure she'll be very appreciative of that. All right. Troy Brown. Another best, I would say. Playing slot cornerback, making a tackle in the fourth quarter on whoever the running back was, Chester Taylor, I think it was. That's hard to do when you're Troy Brown size. In the open field, preventing a first down. Also playing cornerback, Eugene Wilson has shifted from safety because they just don't have enough cornerbacks. So he's now playing cornerback, Greg Brown. That was just
That's
for you.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't know he went back.
And that's kind of all I have.
Thoughts on Russia and Ukraine? Real quick.
A false flag, Greg.
Geopolitical
Yeah.
podcast now.
The false flag.
They're just trying
All
to get rid of the
conspiracy.
Nazis. They're just trying to get rid of the Nazis.
But
Yeah, it's a peacekeeping mission.
Mhm.
It's a special
Yeah.
operation to remove the Nazis.
Yeah,
How can you not get behind
denazification.
it?
Yeah,
by bombing Holocaust museums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck yeah. And assassinating
Well, no,
a Jewish
that's a false
president.
flag. That's a false
Yeah.
flag.
Okay.
What is Steve? Have you heard anything from Ovechkin?
I think he's like anti to it, but a lot of sponsors are dropping him. We're talking about dropping
Interesting.
him.
Interesting. Well, New Hampshire has taken the bold, courageous step of not selling Russian vodka at their liquor stores.
At their state-run
So,
liquor stores.
Problem
Correct.
solved.
Yeah.
Virginia too, baby.
There'll be peace in no time.
Yeah. Really putting the pressure on.
Yeah. Live free or die.
Yeah.
Economic sanctions, baby. Oh. Speaking of taking it easy, Bill Belichick basically just did walkthroughs in the week prior to this because he knew this would be such a physical game because it's the Baltimore Ravens.
It's good. He's smart.
Greg, is that a sign of his genius or him going soft?
I think it's him going soft.
I am shocked that you would think that.
I'm on
Yeah.
Team Belichick here.
Me too. Just another sign of him being ahead of the curve.
Got his finger on the pulse of the team.
Absolute
I
genius.
think they should do that every week.
Just walkthroughs.
Walkthroughs.
Yeah,
How do you know they
players don't need to practice.
That sounds like some Jacksonville Jaguar shit
That
right there,
wasn't a-
Greg.
Is that your
That
strategy on
wasn't
the
a
golf
joke.
course, Greg?
At some point when they're pro, they don't need to practice.
I don't think I agree with that, Greg. I don't think a lot of players agree with that either. A lot of pro players are probably telling.
I think Urban Meyer would probably agree with you.
Andrew Whitworth, that guy hasn't practiced in like 4 years.
I'm sure there's some people who don't need to practice.
Yeah. Tom Brady
Correct.
probably doesn't need to practice anymore either, but
Yeah.
players
Yeah, it's a fair point.
practice.
Yeah.
It's more
The
situational
younger
stuff.
you are, maybe you need it.
I think the Patriots' way of practicing situational football is probably more useful to professionals than anything.
Right. But just like hitting each other all the time, that's like not really helping you.
I don't think so. Maybe at the beginning of the season to knock the rust off and all that jazz, but preseason shit. And you get in the season, you just want to be healthy, man. Football's a brutal sport.
That's right.
So
we should be coaches.
We should. Let's all
player coaches.
When you all move back up here, we'll coach a Pee-wee team, and we'll just fucking stomp people.
And we'll just we have a no practice policy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just practice touchdown celebrations. That's all we practice.
And Hail Marys and touchdown celebrations. Everybody go along.
All right, week 1.
What's that NFL
cool.
Blitz? What was it? The one where the bomb?
NFL Street. Wasn't that
Is
it?
that what it was?
Or something like that, yeah.
Everyone was just go routes. They used to run every play.
Of course. It's literally every Madden game. Fucking love that shit. It should be fun. Football should be fun. Everybody should have as much fun as beast mode.
That's right.
As Julian
now
Edelman
look at him
giggling when he gets tackled.
See what happens to him?
They beat it out of him.
Yeah.
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Right? Yeah. They beat it out of him, dude. It's crazy to watch that.
Yeah, but then corporate culture steps in and says, hey, we're Skittles. We'll give you millions of dollars.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, he's probably doing all right now. But that's because he's out of the league, right? He's out of the league.
Yeah.
So he's able to be himself again.
Remember when he got kicked out of the game and then he just went up and sat in the stands?
No.
Yeah.
He got ejected. This is when he was on the Raiders right at the end. He got ejected.
Amazing.
And he got in his street clothes and he just went and watched the rest of the game with the fans. The guy is just there's like some players that like once they get famous, you get like annoyed with them because you're like, all right, they're like self-aware now and they're like playing into it. He just always struck me as the most authentic, even though he is popular guy, kind
of like Ricky Williams.
Yeah, Ricky was very similar.
Yeah.
Like where it's just too strange to be put on.
Yeah. Anybody else in that list? I can't think
Aaron
of
Donald.
Steve.
I mean, he's the greatest football player ever. Football player. You got to stress the player.
Steven Adams, the guy, that big center guy from New Zealand, the Kiwi. He's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Oh, in the NBA?
Yeah.
Oh. I've never heard of
He's probably just because he has a New Zealand accent, though.
Probably. Where would you fit Tom Brady on that scale?
Oh, I mean, he's pretty self-aware now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He has
what is it?
Crafted image.
That's true.
But you saw him transition it, honestly. Back watching it now, you see the fame changing.
Steve's right. Yeah.
But his social media accounts are still pretty like I think self-aware of like not being too big. Like he's still got a good sense of humor about it, no?
He's got a very carefully crafted public image, Andy.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I don't think the image is like bad or annoying or anything. It's just it's not. I don't get the vibe that it's him being his true self and not.
He's not
letting
being Marshawn Lynch out there and everyone thinking it's funny. He's got a bunch of people helping him be funny.
Yeah,
maybe. I feel like less so now that he's on the Bucks. I feel like you kind of saw a bit more of who he actually was.
I don't know. I don't think so.
What about the Manning brothers?
Here's the thing: the bigger the butt
Eli
chin,
Manning,
the more authentic Tom Brady was. Once that butt chin went away, so did the authenticity.
Yeah. What about Eli Manning talking shit to his brother on?
That feels authentic. Again, he feels like an autist that doesn't know how to do it. Like how to be
that's what I mean.
Guy. So when he comes out of his mouth, you're like, well, that's real.
Yeah, well, that's goofy. Oh, he's flipping the birds on national television.
Right.
Yep.
Where Peyton very much is aware. He has those social skills. He knows what plays and what doesn't.
Yep.
Very Tom Brady-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. But charming about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
All right, I gotta go to bed.
Yes.
Oh, you poor little thing.
Yeah. You're lucky I came to talk to you, Greg.
Montezuma's Revenge.
The doctor called it traveler's diarrhea. That's the medical term.
You try sticking a finger up there, Steve? See what happens?
No, I haven't. I'll go do that though.
Well, don't do it because you may never. Once you pop, you just can't stop,
just
as
can't
they
stop.
say in the commercials.
Pringles.
That's terrible. You're
All
terrible.
right. Speaking of poop, next week we are in Cleveland to visit the 3-8 Cleveland Browns. Who's that
Coming off
starting
a big
quarterback,
game.
Greg? Coming off a huge game
Kind of a huge
Carson
game.
Palmer.
that they lost for the Browns. Carson Palmer?
No.
The
It is
Bengals.
Kelly Holcomb.
Wait, are we playing the Browns or the Bengals?
Browns, Cleveland.
Browns.
That's
Oh,
what
it's
I
Kelly
said.
Holcomb.
Talking of poop, right? Yeah. So your boy Kelly Holcomb
Poop. Nice, Andy.
in Cleveland. Pat's going for, I don't know, another win. They're 11th on the season.
William
Yes.
Green, just the guy we were talking about. He's on this
William
team.
Green.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Boston College.
So maybe this will be another barn burner. Or maybe only one team will score a lot of points. We shall find out next week.
TJ Hushmazoo.
The Patriots Dynasty Podcast. See you later.
See you later.
Yep, light up.